I'd
Great
love
to
to
be
get your
here.
hot take on the market action this week. So, we got some headlines about the Dow over 50,000, S&P 500 almost at a record high, but serious problems in tech, and they're not quite over yet, it seems.
Yeah, and it's also very dispersed and very distinct, sort of a repricing of expectations. So hyperscalers, if you think of them as the center of the ecosystem, are down on the week. All of their suppliers, basically semiconductors and power and storage and so forth, are up. And then the downstream clients of the hyperscalers, the software companies, application software, are down. So really, it's interesting that the market has started to question the long-term returns for the hyperscalers, basically selling compute and the investment of new capital, but it's not being reflected in the hardware suppliers into those businesses. They're counting the money as spent.
Well, if we could go to the Wi-Fi Interactive for a second, I want to make a point here. In January, we saw a huge surge in consumer staples, and here we have the year-to-date performance for the large cap sectors. Number one is energy, and then staples. I was just talking about that. That's up 13.2%. That's number three. Materials is a gold and silver story, arguably, and copper too. Then we got industrials. That's cyclical. But then we got real estate, healthcare, utilities, and then you're going to see down here those mega cap sectors. They're all in the red. So what do you make of this rotation out of those AI leaders and into some of the more defensive names, if not in the company of some of these more cyclical names as well?
They're very easy. I mean, options,
and intuitive too. Options, you got to know some math.
And actually, we believe, and I've talked to some leaders of some firms, event contracts can be a nice kind of introduction to risk and, really paying attention to the market. And so, somebody can go from, okay, I bet yes that the Dow would cross 50,000 today, and I made $1. But what can I do more? How can I grow into expressing bets a little bit more in a more sophisticated manner? And
trading iron condors, it's a natural progression.
Well, exactly. Once you have a good experience, you start to get comfortable with these instruments in the market. Then you just kind of expand your wheelhouse.
Henry, we got to leave it there. Thank you so much for stopping by. Always great chatting with you.
Thanks.